Good afternoon. It's good to join you. So far, the only help the victims have received that they were moved from a private facility, private hospital, to the Abia Specialist Hospital, which is a government hospital. So the bills, the health bills were paid by the state government. Other than that, according to the victims themselves, no other form of help has come to them.
But then what is their means of survival, if I may ask? Because one would wonder how they'll be able to get a roof over their head and continue to fend for themselves.
That is exactly what the victims and the neighbors are complaining about. They are saying that since the incident happened, they've been unable to sleep in their rooms because beyond just those two rooms belonging to Ngozi and her family, the other rooms in that same block were equally affected, though it did not affect the people living there, but it affected their rooms. They now have leaking roofs, and then they also live in fear of the possibility of the remaining buildings beside the collapsed ones also, giving in, caving in just as the other one did. So there's no means of livelihood for some of them. Some of them are civil servants, and they are also saying that they are equally squatting with people, and their belongings are scattered here and there. Some of them have raised them up, but then there's really not much that they are doing right now.
Obviously, the owner of the house is an aged woman, and I remember we talked about this last week. Was there eventually an integrity test carried out on that particular structure that caved in and the adjoining ones?
Yes, there was an integrity test conducted on the adjoining buildings, but I'm not sure of the house right now that is affected by this collapse because the people are still there. Because if there was an integrity test conducted, I probably by now they would have evacuated those that are occupying that house because you would clearly see cracks on the wall and then the roofs that are already destroyed, from the ions and the bricks from the other building. So government is yet to also make public the report of the integrity test that was conducted on the adjoining buildings because from every indication, those buildings are faulty. So until that is done, and that this very building also that people are still occupying needs, as a matter of urgency, to be looked into because you cannot just fold our hands and then watch this very one also fall because clearly when this one happens, it's going to affect more people.
All right, finally, Chinwe, is there any intel as regards if the state government is abreast of the current situation of these people and if there's going to be any help coming their way?
The woman and her daughter, were discharged from a government facility, and it was, according to her, it was the chief medical director of the Abia Specialist Hospital, Dr. Kwama, who actually came to tell them to leave after everybody had left. The nurses are on strike. So obviously the state government is aware. I also tried calling the Commissioner for Women Affairs to find out if she's aware that a nursing mother and her children are homeless right now, but she didn't pick that call. So obviously the state government should know that this is the situation because we all had expected that having taken this family to a government hospital, arrangements would have been made for where they will stay upon discharge from the hospital, but that hasn't happened yet. Maybe it will happen.
Well, I'm actually glad that your report has created the much needed awareness. We only hope that respite will come their way as soon as possible. Thank you so much, Chinwe Ugele, for sharing the details with us.